What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more punk rock, and we're back with some more Bad Religion. And we're actually back with a request. Shout out to Ryan. I recently reacted to a tune from Against the Grain, and when I did, he mentioned he wouldn't mind seeing a reaction to Operation Rescue. I absolutely love that tune, one of my favorites from this album and from Bad Religion's early period more generally. And in fact, there's this vocalization in the tune where Greg and the other guys, a little bit offset, do this ya 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 sort of thing. And that really sort of captures the early, energetic, and passionate sound of Bad Religion to me. So I think if you were going to introduce Bad Religion to someone, this wouldn't be a terrible song to start with. Yeah, it's very energetic, and it just fits with the sort of sonics that I identify with this early period. Again, in particular, this 3-album run of Suffer, No Control, Against the Grain. Lyrically, I mentioned it before, a lot of Bad Religion songs have a bit of opacity or ambiguity in the sense that a lot of their songs have abstract lyrics or allegorical lyrics or metaphorical lyrics. This one, I'd say it's a little in between. I think, as far as I can tell, it's about religious proselytization, and it's about people who feel compelled to go save others in far-flung corners of the world who they don't know, but they're convinced, that their souls remain in mortal peril and, could be headed for eternal damnation and so on. So they, charge over there and try to foist their set of ideas, the truth and the way and the word and so on other people. And I do think the song is written, at least in some parts, from the point of view of those being proselytized too, because it's talking about, like, apparently we sent out this message telepathically because they've heard our distress even though we weren't actually calling for it, and now they're over here and, they're going to fix everything and they're going to reassure us of our moral benevolence. We just have to believe these set of ideas and so on. But then later in the song, I think it's written more from like a independent perspective, because it talks about, if humans weren't inclined to believe fairy tales, if we weren't disposed to accept ideas that basically say, hey, everything's going to be all right and you're going to live forever and you're going to spend it in this perfect, awesome place in, full showerings of love and perfection. If people weren't inclined to believe that, then these proselytizers wouldn't really be able to gain any traction, and maybe they, wouldn't be inclined to go over there and try to foist their ideas on other people in the first place. But the line that always sticks out to me, in which, there's actually two versions of it. The first version is the version that always sticks out to me, and that is, you might wonder where they come from, but I just wonder why they're here at all. So it's like, you might wonder, oh, like, where did you come from and what particular religious beliefs that you think, are going to save me? What is it all about? But a more fundamental question would be like, well, why are you here at all? Like, why did you feel compelled to come, like, convince me of the truth of the set of ideas that you had in some other place, if not because you're inclined to accept fairy tales and so on? But then at the end of the song, it's, you may wonder where they come from, but I just wonder what compels them on. Like, why they're doing this in the first place. Why are you over here convinced of your moral rectitude as it relates to the acceptance of a certain set of ideas and trying to instill them in others who never asked for your help in the first place? But again, I do think a lot of Bad Religion songs, there's a degree of ambiguity and opacity, so I'm not entirely certain if that was the specific meaning when the song was written. If anyone has a different take, Ryan, or otherwise, please do let me know. But as far as I can tell, that's the way that I've taken the song, that it's about religious proselytization and sort of the impetus behind that and what it might seem like from the perspective of people who are being preached at. Nevertheless, let's get to it. This is Bad Religion, Operation Rescue, on their album Against the Grain, 1991, on Epitaph.
It's an SOS, sent out telepathically, signs of our distress. Don't allow the place at sea.
Yeah, they couldn't sit still knowing they needed to be saved. Right, like, we'll just fix everything now that you're over here telling us how to live. Everything's gonna be perfect, right? I just wonder why they're here. Life ever after, it's what they're in business for. See them brandish the key to our kingdom feel. So it's like, I'm here to sell you an afterlife, but only I have the key. What compels them all? I was thinking it was compels them on, but it compels them all. I love this sort of halting. Operation Rescue. You may wonder where they come from, but I just wonder what compels them all. 1, 2, 3, go! Perfection. Song with attitude is what he was about to say. Yeah, I love that one. It really is one of my favorites from this album and this period. I mentioned it before, like if I had to choose a favorite album from this period, it might be No Control, but this one and Suffer are like right there, like 1B and 1B2 to the 1A. And yeah, this one, as I mentioned, you know, I think it really captures that early Bad Religion sound. So if you were going to introduce someone to, hey, you know, Bad Religion in the early period, they sort of forged this, or like trailblazed this style of like West Coast melodic hardcore or whatever, and like, you know, well, what would be a good example? Well, here, Operation Rescue. So yeah, I think it speaks very well to the song that I see it as sort of an embodiment of their early sound. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's another tune from this album that I haven't reacted to that you'd really like to see. I think I've gotten to like 5 of them from this album. Not sure exactly, I'll have to go back and look at the playlist, but I know there's at least 5 or 6 that I haven't done, so do let me know if there's a song you'd like to hear. Other than that, thank you for listening and watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day, have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace.